Drop is out now, and this is a movie that is going to have you thinking to yourself, why did you miss clues early on? Violet and Henry are on their first date, and it definitely is not going to plan. There are a lot of different things taking place where they're getting to know each other. There's a lot of characters that are introduced, some pretty small, but some that ultimately play a large role. As Violet and Henry continue their date, they realize something is not right. Violet begins getting airdrops or digidrops on her phone, really signifying that there is danger ahead. Not for Henry, but for Violet and her family. As you watch this, I am going to give the director a lot of props. It will have you thinking many different things. It is not an action thriller, but it is a psychological thriller that will build up as the film goes on. I would say about 90% of this movie is a focus of the first date. During that time, you are going to see all of the different games that the person sending the digidrops wants Violet to play. You're also going to see a lot of the things that Violet must do to save her son and her sister. Where this movie does a really good job is being consistent. Throughout the film, you are going to see the different situations and how Violet must adapt and overcome the challenges that are being given. If she does not, she understands what is going to happen next. Now, let's look at the pros. I think this is something that is very important. Number one is the character development. I think Drop does a great job of introducing characters. You get to see what their role is. Even though the focus of this film is Henry and Violet, I think by adding these secondary characters, it allows you to see how it all ties together. I think another thing that really stands out is really the plot. I think at the very beginning of the film, it does an excellent job of detailing what the plot is, who Violet is, what her situation is, especially how she becomes widowed. In some cases, people think her husband just died. I'm not going to spoil what her situation was, but the director does a great job of introducing that whole situation for the audience to understand this is why it is all taking place. I also think a third thing that really stands out when you watch Drop is just the overall feeling you get when watching it. It is a psychological thriller. It's a burn. It's not a slow burn, but it's something where each event has a significance up until Violet realizes what is really going on. Now, if we had to look at the cons, I think a con for me is really the lack of action and violence, I guess you could say. I feel like when you're looking at something like this, you were kind of waiting on Violet just to express what was going on, and then she would return home and save her family. Ultimately, I think in this film, there may have been a total of maybe 8 minutes, 9 minutes of actual violence and action taking place. In some ways, it felt like it was rushed to get to the end. Now, I think as you watch this, one of my concerns was the extreme focus of the first date. I think during that first date, something should have happened, and it would have led to more action in order for her to achieve what she is trying to do. Now, if we're going to get into an overall rating, for me, Drop is about a 4 out of 5. I think this is definitely a movie that you can sit down and enjoy. I feel that when you're watching it, you're going to understand the plot. You're going to understand the characters. You're also really going to understand why Violet is acting and doing the things that she is doing. And that's what makes this movie enjoyable. I think the one drawback, as I just mentioned, is the fact that the action at home in order for her to save her family was limited. I feel like it could have been done a little bit more, or we could have had a little bit more of a build-up for that scene. And so the violence at home, and it's not a spoiler, I'm not going to go, oh, this happened or that happened, but I feel like she should have made more of an effort to try to get back and save her family. The restaurant scene, I think once you realize what the big reveal is, that makes it understandable for the way that things are. And so when I talk about characters, I feel that the secondary characters in Drop do an excellent job, and the director did a great job of introducing them. But Drop is out now. For me, Drop is a 4 out of 5. It is a movie that I would recommend you go see. Thank you all for the continued support. We have hit 500 subscribers. I greatly appreciate you all. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Go hit the button down below. Go check out the other reviews that I have posted, and I will talk to you all later.